All right, let's get into it. Have you ever thought about building a really powerful data platform, but you get stopped by the thought of a giant upfront cost, or getting locked into one vendor, or, one of those projects that just seems to go on forever? Well, today, we're going to map out a journey that avoids all of that. The whole idea really starts with this concept of a data lake. Just picture it, a central reservoir where you can pour in massive amounts of raw data. It's just sitting there, ready to feed your business with every insight you can possibly imagine. It's a really powerful way to think about a flexible, scalable foundation. But that leads us to the big question, doesn't it? It's one thing to have this sea of data, but it's a completely different ballgame to actually get value from it. How do you build all the pipes, the refineries, and the access points without getting totally bogged down in complexity or chaining yourself to one tech provider for life? Okay, let's break this down. Before we go any further, let's just get on the same page. At its heart, a data lake is exactly this: a place to hold any kind of data, structured, unstructured, you name it, using affordable tech. And it's not just about storage. It's the foundation for capturing data, cleaning it up, and really exploring it to find the gold. So the solution to that huge, complex problem? It isn't some single, massive project. The real answer is to take a progressive journey. You build out your capabilities step by step, adding value at every single stage, without ever having to tear it all down and start from scratch. And this journey, it actually has a map. It's a 4-tier progression that takes you from a simple prototype that's just running on your own machine, all the way to a fully operational enterprise platform that can power your entire business. Now, what's so great about this slide is how it just lays out the whole path. We start by building, then we let people actually use it, then we scale it for the whole team, and finally, we operate it like a core enterprise system. See how each step builds on the last? This means you're delivering real value constantly, instead of waiting years for some big bang delivery. So let's dig into the first leg of our journey. We're going to start with tiers 1 and 2, which are all about getting your hands dirty, building that foundation, and delivering that first awesome spark of real value. Tier 1 is basically a data engineer's personal sandbox. It runs right on your laptop using Docker. You get your object storage with Minaya, you get your workflow orchestration with Airflow, and it follows that proven medallion architecture. Now, all that means is it organizes data in stages, from its raw, messy state to a cleaned-up, conformed state, and finally to a curated state that's perfect for business analysis. It's the ideal little environment to build and test your data pipelines. Okay, great. So you've built this brilliant data pipeline. It takes raw data and turns it into something incredibly valuable. That's fantastic for you, the engineer. But right now, it's still locked away on your machine. So the next logical question is, how do you open this thing up so other people can actually get insights from it? And boom, this is the first huge leap in value. In Tier 2, we add a few key things, like DuckDB for super fast SQL access and CloudBeaver to give analysts a familiar web browser UI. And what does that mean? It means your marketing team can suddenly answer which campaigns had the best ROI last quarter, all by themselves. You can even build simple data apps with Streamlit. This thing isn't just an engineer's project anymore. It's a real, usable business tool. All right, now that we have a system that works and that people are actually using, it's time to get serious. Tiers 3 and 4 are all about moving beyond that single user setup and turning our project into a shared, scalable, and reliable platform the whole company can count on. I mean, the difference here is just night and day. The local stock is for one person, it's for tinkering and prototyping, but the team platform, that's built for collaboration. It's designed to be production ready with all the monitoring you need to make sure it's actually reliable. And this big transition is powered by some seriously cool open source tech. We move the whole thing over to Kubernetes for scalability. We add a distributed SQL engine like Trino so that tons of users can run complex queries all at once. And we bring in Prometheus and Grafana to keep an eye on everything. This is a real shared data platform. So the platform is scaled up, teams are getting real value from it, it's humming along. But there's still one more step. How do you turn this powerful system into something that is delivered, documented, and operated with the rigor of a true enterprise service? And here's the crucial part. Tier 4 isn't just about adding more technology. It's a structured delivery model. It's a 10-week, 5-sprint plan that takes everything we've built and makes it truly enterprise-grade. It covers it all, from setting up the foundation to building production pipelines, defining how to operate it, and finally handing it over to the team with full training.
Now let's talk about one of the most exciting parts of this whole journey, AI. Because as the platform matures, so does its ability to use AI, especially for natural language querying. You see, in the early stages, playing with a local AI model to turn text into SQL is a cool but, let's be honest, totally ungoverned experiment. By the time we get to the enterprise stage, that capability completely transforms. It becomes a validated, constrained, and governed feature that's integrated right into your applications. It's not some free-for-all chatbot, it's a bounded analytical interface that you can actually trust. This slide just brings it all together so nicely. You can see the entire progression in one clear shot. You start by building the lake, then you make it usable, then you scale it for your teams, and finally, you operate it as a core enterprise platform. Build, use, scale, operate. Simple as that. And that really gets to the core philosophy behind this whole approach. It's open, right? It uses best-in-class open source tools so you're never locked into one vendor. It's progressive, letting you grow without ever needing a painful re-architecture. And it's practical. It's focused on delivering real, working data pipelines, not just a bunch of theory. So after seeing this entire journey mapped out, what's the big picture here? What are the key things you should really be thinking about for your own organization? Here are the 4 biggest things to take away. First, you can start small and grow without those costly rewrites, which dramatically lowers your risk. Second, sticking with an open source stack gives you the ultimate flexibility and control. Third, this isn't guesswork. There's a clear 4-tier path to follow. And finally, you can evolve advanced capabilities, like AI, in a responsible, governed way. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought. This progressive approach really makes building a data platform so much more accessible. So if you could start today, just building that one first piece to answer one critical question, what would that question be? Something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.